Hey, what's up everybody? Jayrabian here, and I wanted to basically do a quick video and share this deck with you guys. I've had a lot of fun playing it. It's super fun, super quick, huge OTK potential. I think it's definitely going to become pretty standard in the meta, this Naturia deck. Excuse me, if it hasn't already. So basically, we're going to get right into it. We're going to try to go quick, make this a quick as possible video. So we have the Naturia Marin starting us off here. 1200 attack, 700 defense, pretty small, weak monster, not really here to be used as a beater. However, it can be, and you'll see how later. But basically, what its deal is it's got draw power. When you normal summon it, you can send one Naturia monster from your deck to the graveyard. Once per turn, you can target two Naturia monsters in your graveyard, shuffle both those into your deck, and draw one card. So basically that's it for draw power. You basically can use it to put one in your deck, one in your graveyard from your deck, your Naturia monster, and then you can, as long as you have another one in there, you can pop two of them back in your deck and then get a free draw. So it's pretty awesome. I like it because of that, and it will synergize with these other cards, and you'll see how right here actually. So next up is Naturia Stag Beetle. 6-star, 2200 attack, 1500 defense. Once per turn during the battle step or damage step of this card's attack, when your opponent activates a card or effect, you can select one Naturia monster in your graveyard, special summon that monster from the graveyard. So basically, you can use Naturia Marin to put a Stag Beetle into your graveyard, and then have a Stag Beetle on the field and attack your opponent with your Stag Beetle. Okay, so basically if you attack with your Stag Beetle and you have a Stag Beetle or any other Naturia monster in your graveyard for that fact, and as long as you have an open spot on your field, and your opponent activates Enemy Controller, Windstorm, Desert Sunlight, OTC, Mirror Wall, anything, Karibo, anything, a card or effect, during your battle step or even your damage step, you can chain it with Stag Beetle and use it to special summon a Naturia out of your graveyard. So it's super awesome. And I actually have a pretty good example of that leading me into OTK, I want to say, in some duels we're going to see here in a second. But next up we have Naturia Hydrangea. I just call him Purple Flower, even though he's got a little pink one over here. I just call him Purple Flower. So Purple Flower is a 1900 2000 5-star. If the effect of a Naturia monster you control was activated during this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. So basically it's pretty awesome because if you have Marin and Hydrangea, or Purple Flower, I mean, then you can basically summon Marin, activate Marin's ability, put a card in your graveyard, and then you can special summon your Hydrangea from your hand without tribute or anything like that. So that's pretty awesome. That's why these guys synergize really well together, and you can fill up your field quickly for that big OTK potential. And then the last monster we have in here is your Naturia Pumpkin. He's pretty cool, kind of dopey looking, might be high, but we still like him. He's still a homie. So basically, when this card is normal summon, if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon one Naturia monster from your hand. So it's pretty great because as long as your opponent has a monster on the field, and you have one of your beaters over here, your Purple Flower and your Beetle, then all you have to do is straight up normal summon that pumpkin, and you can pop out your Stag Beetle or your Purple Flower. So like basically what's an amazing huge combo in this deck, like these cards go together so well, you go turn 2, okay, your opponent has a monster on the field. You can, if you have the hand for it, and that's why it's kind of brickable, I'm not going to lie, but as long as you have the hand for it, you can basically summon your pumpkin while they have that monster, and then you can chain or activate Pumpkin's ability, special summon a Stag Beetle, and now that you've activated an ability of a Naturia monster on the field this turn, you can special summon your Purple Flower, and now you've got your 1900, your 2200, and your 1400, and we're using Beatdown in this deck, so then once you use Beatdown, you're going to have a 2800, a 2500, and a 2000. So it's pretty strong potential, pretty strong OTK potential, pretty fun and quick deck to use. We'll talk a little bit about your back row support. So we have Soul Exchange. Soul Exchange wasn't an original card here, and I'm still not 100% on it. I would honestly be running 3 Super Rushes instead of a Soul and 2, but I only have 2 Super Rushes right now, so that's the deal with that. But Soul Exchange I added basically because, like I said, there's a brickable potential, and any of the duels I was losing, I had much higher win rate than lose rate. I think I was at least 80+% win rate. But the duels I were losing were basically, I would brick really hard. And a lot of those bricks were because I would have only Purple Flowers and Stag Beetles in my hand, and I couldn't get them on the field. So I thought Soul Exchange could help with that. It actually hasn't come in clutch yet, but that's usually because either I have Soul Exchange with none of them, or I have all of them with not the Soul Exchange. So, I mean, it's there to help with that. And again, I might not be 100%, like I might swap it out for another econ. It's just something that we can kind of play with. Like I said, this deck was sent to me, honestly, and I've tweaked it a little bit here and there to work as best as I can make it work for me, and I'm sure you guys will want to tweak it to make it work as best as you can for you. But then we got the Super Rushes. Obviously, they're just as really amazing, strong defensive back row support cards, help keep your guys alive and help kill your opponent's monsters that you're not able to run over. And you got your enemy controllers, which are just staples in every deck. They're always going to be good and useful. Divine Wrath is here because it's super strong in countering meta. Almost every single deck that you'll encounter in the meta relies heavily upon some monster activating ability at some point. Mako, you Divine Wrath or Hammer Shark, they're in big trouble. Relinquished, obviously Divine Wrath Relinquished, they're in big trouble. I mean, GK, any of their monstrous effects, Chief, Oracle, Recruiter, you Divine Wrath it, they're in trouble. So I mean, Divine Wrath is super strong in the meta, and then people argue that discarding a card is too high of a cost. Well, with this deck, it's not actually as bad because as long as you have a Stag Beetle and you're able to put it on the field, then discarding a Naturia monster can work in your advantage ultimately, because then you'll have that special summon, I guess, ammunition. You'll have something in there to throw on the field. So Divine Wrath, I think, works well in this deck, and it's really good at countering the meta. Next, we have Mirror Wall. Mirror Wall is just, for the beatdown aspect, I mean, it's a great support card. If they attack you and you have Mirror Wall, then you're cooking like Crisco. So that's the deck in a snapshot, you guys. I think 2 dual replays we're going to check out, just kind of showing off basically some of the strengths of the deck. I can see if I can pull them up for you. So first off, we'll show this one. I didn't even remember what it was, so we're gonna wing it, and we're gonna just talk through it as best we can. I know that I saved them for a reason, though. So this is against Gustavo, a King of Games player. So obviously he's super pro and amazing at the game, and we were very afraid going into this duel. When we saw that King of Games icon, we were terrified, but we're like, screw it, we got to do it for YouTube. Got to do it. Got to do it. Got to go in, and we got to try. So we did it anyways. We didn't back out. We still played. And then they have Harpist Hunting Ground. That's even scarier. I was like, oh no, not that card. But then we got a decent hand, okay? We didn't get our Pumpkin, but we got a Marin. Marin's pretty good with this. We drew another Marin, so we throw the Marin out there, and we throw a Beetle away because we have Beetle in hand. And then we special summon our Purple Flower, and we attack. We knew that she probably had back row, but we wanted to get rid of it, and we have Soul Exchange and Stag Beetle, so we're not too worried about whatever she's going to do next. So basically now what happens, she summons her Sonic Duck attacks, that's fine. We're not worried, because now we can summon our Pumpkin, and we pull out our Stag Beetle. The reason I did that not Soul Exchange was because I have another Stag Beetle in the graveyard, so if she activated something, I wasn't worried, and then she did it. She activated Karibo, and guess what? We chain that with our Stag Beetle. Even though it wasn't a card on the field, we still chain it, and we pull out another Stag Beetle. And then she OTCs. She's like, well, I want to get rid of that now. Okay, well, now you have nothing on your field, and you have no cards in your hand at all. She drew and surrendered because that was it. And that's just some potential of this deck. I mean, the Stag Beetle effect is so strong. Like if we had not played it that way, and like maybe did the Soul Exchange route, or not put a Stag Beetle in the graveyard, we probably would not have won, at least not that quickly, into a surrender. So that's one really good example, I think, of how well this deck synergizes together. We have another one here. This deck, this dual replay I remember because it was just a moment ago, and this will show off our OTK potential. And we're against Bombay here, and he's got a Wing Karibo, and I have a non-Wing Karibo. So again, going into this, the opponent had a huge advantage over us, and we were terrified. But again, we couldn't give up. We could not give up. We went in there anyways, and it's a good thing we did, because you're going to see a good example of OTK potential in this deck. So basically, he gets to go first, and he puts 2 back row. And I'm like, all right, so nothing on the field. Those back row probably Windstorm, something, right? So we do our Marin, but we have 2 Purple Flowers in our hand. So now we get to put both of them on the field, and we get our beatdown, all right? So bam, now we've got 2 25s and an 18. He has an enemy controller, stops 1. But guess what that means? He has nothing else. Literally, turn 2 of the duel, this deck OTK'd this player. All right? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has just been an example of how good Naturia can be. When nature rises up, it will beat that ass, all right? You're going to see an RKO out of nowhere. It's just insane, okay? So, Naturia deck, awesome. Super fun deck. Definitely recommend. 20 out of 10. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 1776. Points to whoever answers that, wherever that trivia is from, or whatever. I'm done. I stopped. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoy the deck. If you have any questions, please comment below, and I will try my best to get back to you as soon as I can. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you enjoyed it enough and found it helpful, please subscribe to the channel. Any more decks that you guys want to see, any advice you want to see, or any deck you want to see me play, just post it up, and I will do my best to provide that content, my friends. Thank you all so much for being here. I love you all very, very, very much. I hope you all have a wonderful, fantastic day. See you guys later. And 3 gems and a stop recording.